Hi everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. So today we're going to be doing questions from the writers in my audience. I have 10 questions and a bonus one, and I'm just going to jump right to it. Number 1, how did you get into some of your later genres like dystopian and urban fantasy? Basically, when I started writing, I only had ideas for things like crime mystery or crime paranormal, etc. like that. And later on, I'd always wanted to write a dystopian, but I never had the idea for it. And then I got an idea for it, and since then it kind of snowballed. And urban fantasy basically just came about by accident. I was writing a story, I thought it was one genre, I realised it was more urban fantasy, and then my ideas stayed in that sphere as such. Number 2, have you ever tried to plan a story and leave the pantsing at home? Yes, I have, and it did not go well. Basically, I planned it to the level that I would call proper planning, and it killed the story for me. I didn't want to write it anymore, and when I tried to write it, it just didn't happen the way it should happen, and my brain just doesn't work like that, my process just doesn't work like that, and it just ruined the story for me, so I ended up shelving it. Number 3, with your disabilities, do you ever worry that you'll be unable to finish your work? Yes, it's something that's worried me a lot over the past few years, that I will have all these ideas and they will be unfinished. I do have some provisos in place in case something was to happen to me, not that I plan for anything to happen to me, but I do worry that one day I will have a work in progress or two and I won't be able to finish them, or something will happen to me and they'll stay unfinished. I think that's a normal writer worry, so I don't think it's just limited to people with disabilities or people like me, but it's something that's there at the back of my mind. Nothing I can do about it, but just keep moving forward. Number 4, what drew you to the indie path? Basically the control and the fact that I would be able to decide when to publish, what to publish, how to publish, and all of that. I'd had no luck really with querying or anything else like that when I first started, and then I had my debut released in 2005, which was so long ago that it blows my mind to think. And then when the indie path really opened up in like 2011, it became the default for me. It was something where I could control how I published, when I published, what I published. Yes, it was a lot of work my end, but so is traditional publishing. It's not easy either path. But as I've stayed indie, I've really found that I enjoy it, and it's something that I excel at, so it's what I keep doing. Number 5, do you have an audience that will follow you through various genres, or would you write eclectically even if the audience wasn't there? This one is hard to answer because it's a bit of yes and a bit of no. So I do have some audience that will follow me wherever I write. I have some readers who have told me that basically they will read whatever I write, which is always awesome. But I also do draw other readers into my audience that are more strict about their genres, and they will stick to certain genres that I've written and not really venture out of that. But I write where the ideas take me, and I think I would do that even if I didn't have a loyal audience that followed me through the genres, even if it was just picking out an audience for this genre and then an audience for this genre. I like having the ability to flip between genres and tell the stories as they come to me, rather than being stuck and pigeonholed in just one genre. Number 6, has there ever been a story you wish you'd written but never got around to? I don't think so at this point. I have all my ideas written in an ideas folder, and there are some that I haven't gotten to yet and maybe won't. But there are also ideas that need a lot more time to germinate and grow and all of that. I talked a bit about how I approach ideas and such in a video a few weeks ago, which I will link up in the cards. But basically, there's been no ideas that I've kind of like wanted to write desperately and just haven't gotten around to yet. I haven't had that problem, so yeah. Number 7, what's your greatest fear when it comes to publishing a new book? Basically that there'll be no audience for it, that I will end up with a book that doesn't sell, especially if it's part of a series, either the first or second or whatever, because then it means that series has kind of like stagnated. But it's not happened yet. Sales may be low on certain series, but they're not non-existent, so it's not been something where I've had to worry about it yet. Number 8, if you had to stick with one genre, which would it be? since this is just a thought exercise and not something where I do literally have to just stick with one genre, probably crime mystery, just because I feel like that's where I am most at home. And also you can branch out from there into other mini genres, like side genres, like paranormal mystery and crime sci-fi and stuff like that. And I have done that. So crime mystery is probably the one where I feel most at home, so probably there. Number 9. How do you get so much done within a month? Do you have a secret? No secret. I just have spent many years honing the way I work down to an art, to the point where I know what I'm capable of, and therefore I don't set myself goals that will exceed what I'm capable of, but also still push me just a little. And there's no secret really, just I've been doing this for over 20 years, and finding that way that I personally work has been golden in getting my butt in chair and the work being done. And number 10, how do you stay so focused on all the balls in the air? Was it always easy for you? No, it was not always easy for me. I remember early in my career really getting overwhelmed by having things to revise and having things to publish and just write a book at the same time. And a lot of the time I would have to pivot and focus on just one thing. I'd have to focus on drafting or revising or editing or publishing. I couldn't do them together. Now that I've had time and I've honed my craft as such in that respect, I'm able to do all of them at once. But that doesn't mean there's not times that I don't get overwhelmed and I kind of think, there's so much to do. But my secret, I don't have one. It's just luck and organisation, and that's about it really. And the bonus question, do you think tracking your time is key to getting all the work done? I think it is for me. I don't think it is for absolutely everybody. One thing I've learned very quickly in my career is that some things will work universally for everybody or most people, and other things will just work for one person. And the way I work, I feel like it's something that will just work for one person. You may be able to take bits and pieces of my process and move it into ways that you can make it work for you. But I don't think I can say that tracking time is the key and therefore everyone should do it, because it's not. For some people that would just be make them a ball of anxiety, and for others it just wouldn't work. It's just not the way they work. That's okay. So I don't think it's the key for getting all the work done. I think it's the key for me for getting my work done. So there we go. Those are 11 questions from the writers in my audience. I really enjoy making these kind of videos, and sometimes I will answer questions when they're sent to me there and then, and other times I will hoard them for videos like this. So if you ever have a question for me, feel free to shoot it to me over social media and we'll decide which one it is. So if you had to stick to one genre, what would it be? Let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like or subscribe. I post new videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere, and you can also sign up for my newsletter. And don't forget to pre-order Invisible, which is the first in the young adult dystopian quartet. And if you do pre-order, don't forget to grab the swag, all the links for which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing. Bye.